Good afternoon. Welcome to the board meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board for May 15th, 2025. I'll start by calling the roll. Brian Berkey.
Brian Berge, representing Mayor Eric Adams, present.
Thomas Brown.
Good afternoon, Patricia. Present. Thank you.
Anthony Giordano.
Present, representing PEP Chair Gregory Faulkner. President.
John Dorser.
John Dorset, designee for control of Brad Lander, present.
Victoria Lee. Present. Christina McGrath.
Good afternoon, Patricia, present.
We have a quorum. Next is the update on TRS operations, which will be given to us by Kavita Conmore.
Thank you, Patricia. Good afternoon, everyone. Regarding our RMD, TRS recently concluded a mailing to approximately 38,000 participants in the TDA program who are due a required minimum distribution for 2025. To date, over 8,000 of these members, which is almost like 22%, have already filed their RMD election for the year. For our member newsletters, TRS has published the spring edition of our member newsletters, benefit reports for retirees, and in-service news for non-retired members. Members will receive copies in the mail shortly. And finally, TRS has received almost 700 applications for retirement after the school year. These are preliminary figures because applications can be withdrawn up until one day before the chosen retirement date. We will continue to report on summer retirement filings. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavita. You'll send that electronically as always.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kavita.
Next on the agenda is an update from the actuary.
Good afternoon. So for my fiscal note update, I included two fiscal notes for the agenda. One is simply the bill for a bill to extend the various interest rates impacting TRS, including the 7% actuarial interest rate for another 4 years. This was already discussed and supported by the board at a previous meeting, but now we released the official fiscal note for that. The other fiscal note that was released since last board meeting accelerates the eligibility requirements for COLA payments, so COLA payments would commence earlier. One other thing to mention, at the last board meeting, we discussed the fiscal note for legislation which extended the waiver for retiree income limits from reemployment in public schools. That legislation was enacted last week as part of the state budget. So happy to answer any questions on the fiscal notes before I move on.
Another year?
Another 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Very good. Thank you. They've been asking.
Great,
Thank
thank
you.
you. Any quick questions from Mayor? All right, so now for the next section, it's for the final fiscal year 2025 employer contribution. Would you have my letter with the final amount for fiscal year 25, which is ending next month? Prior to the start of the fiscal year, the Office of the Actuary performed a preliminary calculation of this amount. Both of the preliminary and the final are on page A1 of my letter. The final amount is approximately 3.5 billion, and that increased 55 million from the preliminary amount. And that was mostly due to the enactment of the 3-year averaging period for final average salary instead of 5 years for tier 6. Happy to answer any questions on that before I talk about TDA or the rebalancing. Any questions from Eric? Thank you. So the last item I have for you is a request for the board to approve the annual rebalancing of certain TRS internal funds. By statute, the OA is required to perform this rebalancing calculation once a year. This is a rebalancing that occurs on paper only. There is no physical buying or selling of assets. These internal accounts get out of balance for a variety of reasons, including actuarial gains and losses related to the annuitization of account balances. The end result of our analysis is the variable fund within the QPP was overfunded by about 49 million, which requires a transfer to the contingent reserve fund. The TDA was underfunded by about 417 million, and that requires a transfer from the contingent reserve fund. Happy to answer questions, but if not, we've got a few resolutions later on for you to look at. Great, thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda is the executive director's report. And first item is the matter of the next meeting. And it's been suggested that the next regular meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board to be held on the fourth Thursday of the month, June 26, 2025. Next is a resolution for the annual meeting of the Teachers Retirement Board. In accordance with section 13-509 of the Administrative Code of the City of New York, as well as Article 2 of the bylaws, the Teachers Retirement Board shall elect a chairperson for its membership at the annual meeting to be held in May of each year. We therefore open the floor for nominations.
I nominate Tom Brown.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? Thank you.
Thank you.
You are the chair.
Thank you.
All right, great.
Let's see any lit.
So next is the adoption of the actuary's determination for the final fiscal year 2025 employer contributions to the New York City Teachers Retirement System.
And I guess I'll continue. Is there a motion to?
No, I have to read the resolve.
Okay,
Please skip to the result.
Thank you. Resolve that the employer contribution to the New York City Teachers Retirement System for the fiscal year 2025 is the amount of $3,483,426,000. No, did I say that wrong? I've got to still have money. $3,483,426,947 is hereby approved by the Board of Trustees.
and is there a motion to adopt the actuary's determination for fiscal year 2025 employer contributions to TRS New York City?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been seconded. We're taking a vote. All those in favor of this resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Abstentions? This resolution is adopted. Thank you.
Next resolution is to adopt the authorization of rebalancing of funds for the New York City Teachers Retirement System.
Please skip to the resolve.
Resolve that the board adopts the actuary's recommendation and authorizes TRS staff to effectuate the internal rebalancing described above in accordance with such recommendation.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the authorization of rebalancing of funds for TRS New York City?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second? It's been seconded. Any questions, comments? All those in favor of this resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? And this resolution has passed.
The next resolution is the administrative budget for fiscal year 2026.
Please skip to the result.
Resolve that the TRS agency budget for fiscal year 2026, excluding Secure Act and Roth and modernization, shall include an amount of $26,060,752 attributable to the variable the variable annuity program and loan expense funds, and $55,912,363 attributable to the employer for a total agency budget excluding Secure Act and Roth and modernization of $81,973,115. And be it further resolved that TRS agency budget for fiscal year 2026 shall include the Secure Act and Roth project in the amount of $3,500,000 to be provided by the TDA variable annuity expense fund. And be it further resolved that the modernization budget for fiscal year 2026 shall include an amount of $15,205,680 to be provided by the variable annuity expense fund and $5,913,320 to be provided as an administrative expense contribution for a total modernization budget of $21,119,000. And be it further resolved that the trustees hereby authorize the executive director or her designee to expend monies out of such budget to fund necessary operations in accordance with approved budget and governing law.
Thank you. Is there a motion to accept the budget resolution for fiscal year 26?
I'd like to make that motion with some comments, if I may, Mr. Chair.
Oh, okay, I'd ask for comments after the motion.
Of
Is that-
course, of course.
Okay, so is there a motion to accept the budget resolution for fiscal year 26?
So moved.
And is it seconded?
Second.
So it's been moved, it's been seconded. Now, are there any questions or comments before we take a vote?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, Brian, thank you.
So I wanted to make the motion on this budget because I wanted to thank Rosa, Patricia, and this board, as always, for engaging in what is not always a fun process of examining this budget in consultation with some of our colleagues at OMB. That is difficult because I think they apply a standard of fiscal probity that is, serious and sometimes can be even somewhat intrusive. And I think despite the sort of X-ray specs they want to apply whenever they can, in this case, we found the budget in all respects to be quite reasonable. TRS is doing the best that it can, even with new legislative mandates, in an extremely respectful way to the members and an extremely frugal way with respect to, the city fisc, which ultimately reimburses the corpus budget. Well, I guess it's DOE 5, but and I just wanted to extend my sincere thanks to TRS, Rosa and team for a process that was unusually smooth this year.
Thank you, Brian, for your comments. Thank you,
If I
Rosa
could-
and the team. And John has
Yeah,
a
if I could
comment.
just comment as well, and I know that the statute requires either the mayor or the controller to agree with this budget. You have concurrence that we both agree that this budget is appropriate for this year, and we'd like to also thank the team for a lot of hard work, a lot of materials. We particularly find helpful the meetings and the budget briefings we have between meetings to really hone in on a lot of the specific line items that we have questions on. So we're very appreciative to that, and we're appreciative of the staff here throughout the year, not just
Thank
this
you.
year.
Thank you, John. Any more comments, questions? We're ready to take a vote. All those in favor of this resolution to pass the budget for fiscal year 2026, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? And the budget resolution has passed. Thank you.
Next on the agenda is the matter of the calendar. And the first item is the approval of the following minutes. The April 3rd, 2025 investment meeting minutes and the April 24th, 2025 board meeting minutes.
Thank you, Patricia. We will ask for a motion to accept the April 3rd investment meeting minutes and at the same time, the April 24th, 2025 board meeting minutes. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved. It's been seconded. Thank you. Any questions? All those in favor of accepting the board minutes and the investment meeting minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? This has been accepted as well. Has been approved. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is the calendar items
Can
and
you respectfully waive the reading of the calendar?
yes, you can. And you will receive an electronic version. Thank you.
Thank you. And any, is there a motion to accept the calendar items?
So moved.
And there's a second?
Second.
Great. Any discussion? Any questions? All those in favor of accepting the calendar items, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Any abstentions? And the calendar items has been approved.
Okay. Next on the agenda is other business. So you will receive the draft investment and board meeting minutes scheduled, excuse me, for FY 26. So as soon as practical, would you give us if you have any issues with any of the dates, get back to us as soon as possible?
Thank you. So we'll review this and as soon as if there's a conflict, we'll get back to you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Thank you for this.
And the next item on the calendar is questions or comments from the public. I'll only say that it's a lucky thing that I'll be long retired when you get the budget into trillions. Or the fiscal. I struggle over the billions, whereas. This is a joke.
It was fun.
Next.
Thank you.
Let's hope it doesn't.
Well, moving on.
Thank you. So I think that concludes the agenda items for the public session. Does anyone have another thing to add? Comments? Great. So at this time, I will entertain a motion to go to executive session.
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
And it's been seconded. Thank you. Any questions, comments? All those in favor of going into executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. No abstentions? We're in executive session. Thank you. We're back in public session. At this time, we will have a readout from our own Priscilla Bailey. Thank you, Priscilla.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. At the May 15th board meeting in the executive session, there was a discussion on a contracting matter. Consensus was reached. Details to be made available at the appropriate time. Thank you.
And it seems like we are at the end of our agenda for the executive, or rather public session. Before we have a motion to adjourn, I'd just like to thank William Montague up on the screen for doing all our recording. Thank you, William. And thank you, Adrienne, our TRS rep. So much appreciated. And any questions before we adjourn? I'll call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
It's been moved, Mr. Dorser, and it's been
Second.
seconded by Ms. McGrath. Are there any questions or comments? We'll take a vote. All those in favor of adjourning, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, say nay. The abstentions, we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone on Zoom. Appreciate it.